Hey, I'm back. Today, now since we talked about groups, we're going to talk about pallets. So, really important thing to cover. I am not the hugest expert on pallets. Uh, Honestly, it's because when I set them, and I don't touch them again, quite frankly. And in other shows, they're all one-shot shows, so I'm just throwing a bunch of cues and scenes and in groups. I will always do groups unless I'm really in a pinch. Where I just don't have time to do it, but I will show you later. Well, shoot, even when I'm in a pinch, I still use them. I'll show you later in videos how to make pallets and groups in a second. Neat little trick. I found it by accident one day. I probably should have been reading the manual. But yeah, that's the gist why I'm not the hugest expert on pallets. I just don't use them all the time, but I'll give you enough to be dangerous in here, and they're a pretty easy concept to figure out. Now, when I selected a group of fixtures, like fixtures 1 through 10, um, in fact, let me go open up that group, record group 1, enter, so that way. Now, I'll show an example of groups. So when I was working with those fixtures on the side, fixtures 1 through 10, um, remember I hit the color button a couple of times. I hit it, let's see, yeah, I tapped it, and then I tapped it again, or I double tapped it really quick. And when you double tap it really quick, I'll show you what I mean. You double tap it really quick, this color directory shows up. This is actually the first official palette that we looked at. Um, and this, what could be used, kind of like groups, it's just a series of preset settings. This color palette works with, obviously, colors. Pretty straightforward concept. So if I go in here, and since I've selected my set of fixtures, I can go through here and select, let's say I want to select blue, and then I could hit record, and I can tap my first color. Well, then I hit the set button to name it, and then I can just type in blue. And then, well, okay, hit clear. Now, the thing to note is that blue will only work, don't quote me on this, I believe only on fixtures. I think the color palette's the exception. Most palettes, they only work on the fixtures that you've actually set them to. The color palette should work on any fixture that can be set to any color. I'm pretty sure of that. Like I said, don't quote me on these. I'm not an expert on palettes. I'm just here to make you dangerous on them. So then I can go back to my group, double tap the group, open that up. So that's my, like I said, my side light. Then let's say I want a color red, and I can hit record, hit that, or I could have gone color 2. I just like to do record and hit what I want. Hit set, and type in red, and then I could go in here as well and say, what about green? Record color, like, no, actually, I just hit record. What am I doing? And then hit set, and which one was that, green? And got green. So now we got 3 colors. What's kind of cool with the colors, what's really fun is that you can actually go on the side and right click on the palette colors, and you can actually do this with any palettes. For example, if I went back to groups, I could right click on the group and give it a color if I really wanted to. Just to help you color code things and see things visually. I like to do it with the colors, so that way I don't read it. It's just visually see the green and click on the green. The Hog 3 has that as well. It does it a little different. I don't really play with the Hog 3s as much, but it does do colors a little different. It does highlight them a little different. But it's all there. Um, yeah, that's pretty much it. I believe you can even hit the color palettes and select your favorite color, close it out, hit record, blammo. Oh, I didn't hit the fixture, but yeah, it's there. I could have hit my group, select my group. It didn't work. Dark yellow. Hit record. I want to override it, replace it. Yeah, and there's my new color. I don't even remember which one I selected. It was like a greenish yellow. Green, yellow, which really wouldn't matter because it's pretty much the same color as my other green. But I hope you're getting the idea. That's how colors work. For instance, if to make my programming really quick, let me move this over here. To make my programming super quick, I select my group, I select my color, and voila, there it is on my stage. It's just that simple. And you can kind of see that's a lot faster than fixtures 1 through 10. Color, select the color, rotate to it. Sometimes you'll still hit this guy and want to get a specific type of color, but that's how you can speed up your programming with using these palettes. The color is the palette that you're probably going to use the most out of all the palettes. Another one that you're going to use secondly behind that is position. This is really kind of fun. Is position right here. Double click on it, and now you get the same thing. You get a position directory. Now let's go back to my group. If I want to go groups 1, which is fixtures 1 through 10, just as a reminder, and I want to have them a position with those guys called up. I just want them to go up. Well, I of course have my position set open, and on my wheels I have my pan and tilt. So I just want to tilt these guys up. We'll call it up for those guys. And then what we'll do, we'll hit record and select a position, and then hit set, and we'll just call it side up. I'll name it like that, side up. And hit clear, and as you see it goes away. But what's really fun, this is one way of doing it. I can either select it. Let's see, I have to select the fixtures. For select group 1, select it, all my fixtures go back up. Or what I could have done, if you want to do it the command line way, I could go group 1, enter, position 1, enter. That is if you know all the numbers. I usually don't remember them, because if you get a lot of positions, you know, you'll need to see it. What's really kind of fun, what's so awesome about this, if you have moving end fixtures that are focused for front light, for shining on people's faces, and you're on a tour, and you're going from show site to show site, well, according to the size of the room, it's not going to be exactly, they're not going to be standing exactly the same spot. So what's really fun, when you record with these guys, shoot, let me open that up again. If you look in the programmer, look at the pan and tilt. It's side up. Now, what's fun about this, if I go in a cue list, double click that, and I hit record cue, enter, I want to hold down my open. I'm going to look at the cue list. Look what the pan and tilt did. It's side up. So you know what this means? This is really revolutionary concept with pallets. It's widely used with consoles like this. I can hit open just like I did. Hold that open button down and select it, and look at that. That means what I can do is that I can select, my fixtures 1 through 10, of course, 1 through 10. Or let's say if I want fixture 2 to have a specific position, I'll hit fixture 2. Clear it out. Fixture 2, selected that guy. But I want the pan to be one direction or another. I can just go ahead and start, look down here. I have my pan right here and my pan and tilt. I just go ahead and start changing it, and it will actually adjust it. Let's see. It's in blind mode. So as you see, I turned off blind mode so we can see what's going on. So I'm moving that guy right there, and then it's panned at 67 degrees, and then when I hit close, it updates it. Well, check this out. Remember, in here in my cue list, I'm going to open the details of that. It's still side up. So that means if I'm on a tour and things need to adjust a little bit, I can go into my positions palette, and I can adjust them, and guess what? They adjust all across the board. And every cue that I refer to this position directory, it's 100% universally just changed. And what's really fun about that too, from what I understand, I've never had to do it, but from what I understand, you can do that with colors as well. And as you'll see, you can do that with any of these palettes. Guess what? I've never really used it, but there's a beam palette as well. Do the same thing. Go to your group, select your group of fixtures, adjust the gobo and our beam settings or whatever you want. Hit record, select your beam, hit set, and name it. Oh, and there's intensity as well. So if I was on a tour and I realized, man, this room is brighter, then I think I need to drop the intensity. Guess what? There you go. Just change it right there. So that's pretty much pallets.